Hello and welcome to Phoenix Starchild Tarot. Let's check out today's forecast for guidance and growth. Let's see what wisdom and advice comes in for the day from our spiritual guides and the universe. Alrighty, now let's cleanse the deck. Okay, so we have a lovely cleansed deck. Let's now shuffle the cards. Alright, so as the deck is getting shuffled, take the time to ask what you might be seeking, like advice for the day, what guidance you may need. And okay, spirit guides, what advice do you have for the collective? What is today's forecast? Please take what resonates and leave what does not. This is a collective reading. All right. With the deck now shuffled, we shall split the deck in three. All right. Let's get this reading started. First couple of cards. So we have the Two of Pentacles, also the Hanged Man, so balance and gaining perspective. Justice, Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and also the Nine of Cups. Okay, universe, please, what advice do you have for us today? Six of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups, and the last one is Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so let's take a moment, get them all lined up here. Alright, and for the bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Cups, also the Sun. So they're really nice cards to have at the bottom of the deck there. So that is the collective's energy that you're channeling at the moment. So it looks like in an innocence aspect of life, childlike wonder, and fresh new starts. All right, give me a moment to have a look at the cards, and then we'll get into this reading. Won't be a moment. Okay, so with this particular reading, I can see that there is finding balance, also gaining a new perspective, moving on to calmer waters, and needing to move on to fill your emotional cup. There has been some heartbreak here, and it is a cycle of life. It looks like it's an unhealthy relationship, maybe a broken family, a separation, too much responsibility for somebody here, and they need to release that responsibility. Excuse me. I feel that there possibly with the Three of Swords here, could have been a third-party situation within the family relationship, and that is why there is the broken marriage now, or the broken relationship, and there is the separation that has happened. That is why you're needing to find balance and also gain perspective with this particular situation that you've needed to walk away from. justice is present. So the universe has its way of making sure the balance is there. All right, I also see there is, from this situation, I feel like collective, you've gained a child innocence, carefree attitude about you. Quite possibly this third party situation, the separation, the broken down of the relationship, moving on, having that turning point in your life, releasing that overwhelming responsibility, but having that feeling, because it was such a loss, having that feeling of like it's too much, almost like a breakdown. So I feel with you walking away from this situation, you are giving yourself the consistency that you need. You're becoming practical within your own self, giving yourself patience, being very strong-willed, and having that determination to move away from this situation, and taking responsibility for yourself and your own life, and finding the balance that is needed for you. And I think you've been able to find some balance, financial support. You may have had that worry that could have been possibly something that was coming through with this separation, but you've been able to manage to find what you need to find. You've been pouring into your own cup and having those wishes coming true, having the blessings, and achieving that success that you need to get you through this situation. That's what's helping you seek the innocence of life, and also seeing it through in the sun energy, having that optimism, having that vitality. It's you're sitting in the truth of who you are and where you're meant to be in your life. This was you were not aligned anymore with this situation, the people, the experiences. There was a lot of growth that happened, as much as this situation seemed very, very, very painful, and there seems to be a lot of conflict, feeling of hopelessness, the heartbreak, the separation, the emotional pain, so many tears. To get into a Knight of Pentacles energy and look after yourself, be consistent with yourself, be practical with yourself, reliable for yourself, creating that strong will. That improvement happens with that type of attitude. You are able to find that balance. You are able to see things from a different perspective, and you're able to fill your own cup, have those wishes come true, have those blessings have material success in your world. You're material, emotional. You will navigate with the Nine of Cups energy, especially being here. So having that Six of Cups, having the Sun, this is your driving force. This is amazing to see you being here in this energy, especially when it comes to this sort of situation, and you can see that you've had to have moved on, and it was really, really hard for you to move on. This was your family. This was very important to you. This was your world. So to be heartbroken and to have that loss it's very devastating. And to see the Justice card here for such a devastating event, it is karma playing out where it's needed to be played out. It's allowing you to find that balance that's needed, gain that perspective that you need to move forward to calmer waters, to move on for your own safe self and emotional cup. Hope, maybe even safety. That word wanted to come out when I was speaking then. So possibly moving on for safety reasons as well. But I see you're moving on from hatred. Like if this is very painful and you felt that negative energy, you're moving on from that. It's no longer going to be part of that thought, feeling, and driving force at all. And it's getting less and less and less of a driving force as you move on, as you move forward, as you gain patience, and you have the determination to really start again. It creates that good luck, that good fortune. It is the turning point. And that's, I think, where this balance with money stability, financial stability, and that sort of thing comes in. And you're also able to fulfill your own emotional cup, having the wishes come true with the Wheel of Fortune here. So whatever blessings you feel, whatever makes you feel abundance and achieve, like have it, high achievements, that sort of thing, that's what I see from this reading. So understand that the abandonment, walking away, letting go, it was necessary to move on. And it was necessary to move on from this heartache, this energy. You certainly didn't deserve it, but this particular situation allowed you to reclaim your childlike wonder, see the world the way it is, but still in a beautiful way, full of joy and happiness and wonder and full of delight. So this, as painful as this was, it didn't break you, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I think you're on the right path. Whatever you've left behind and you're moving on from, and whatever you're attending to now, it is right. It is the perfect journey for you in this moment. You are in alignment with what the universe is guiding you to do, where to go, to create a Wheel of Fortune, and to move on from this loss, this heartache, this pain. And filling in your 9 cups that you've got up there, wondrous joy. So that's, when we see the world in a different perspective, in a different way, it also helps us channel the universe and its messages that are coming in, what the spiritual guides are trying to show us through the life that we're navigating. And you get that different perspective when you take time to pause and really, really reflect, contemplate, and you know that walking away is for a higher cause, that sort of thing. With this Justice card, you may have, of course, justice, but some form of transparency come through. There might have been some dishonesty with the third party situation happening, with the 3 swords in your heart. There may have been some hidden aspects of that. So there's a balance coming in that transparency. It's a cause and effect aspect of the Justice card. It creates fairness. It offers clarity. And also accountability when it comes to this sort of hurt, this heart space. But that's why the Wheel of Fortune will come in for you when you take responsibility for yourself. Show up consistently for yourself. Pour into your emotional well-being. Make sure you're walking away and letting go from anything that isn't serving your purpose and is not in alignment. Understanding relationship breakups, they can happen, as painful as they are. But when there's too much responsibility and there's too much heartache, there's too much, there's downfall, it's being in your own mind because of this, knowing that you need to walk away. To be able to go through that and then be here. That is an amazing soul energy right there. That is a lot of growth, alignment, and I think you're going to be financially abundant in the near future. It's going to be, you'll find balance with it as well. So yeah, I think with this one, as hard as it has been to walk away, you know it was the right decision. You know that you need to pour into your own cup. You know that as hard as the world is, to have this way of life is really important for your mind, body and soul. And it creates amazing life experiences for you. So you do have wishes coming true. Blessings, abundance. You're efficient for yourself, practical, and then you're able to share the wealth. You have learnt how to navigate the giving and receiving in life. Being able to support yourself financially, having that balance there, knowing where you've come from, your cup is now overflowing emotionally with abundance, well-being, and it's, high achievements, lots of blessings, lots of blessings. So I think keep going. You're on the right path to success. And We walk away, but it's in the right direction. Keep moving forward. You'll find that balance that you need, and life is going to be full of joy. There's going to be success. You're going to have, it's going to be delightful. It's full of truth as well in the future for you. And I think that's quite important to you now. So I think with all of this, you're stepping into a really, really fruitful time of your life. So well done. Keep going. It hasn't been an easy journey. I know that. I can see that. I can see that. All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's reading and you were able to gain some sort of guidance and some wisdom for the day or for the upcoming weeks. And tune in tomorrow for another day of advice and wisdom from our spirit guides and, of course, the universe. Until then, have a wonderful day and bye for now.